day. Therefore, it's our lifestyle edition of The Buzz. Welcome, welcome everyone. My name is Patience. It is always a pleasure to be here, and today is Thursday, the 23rd of November 2023. Yes, are you doing your countdown to Christmas yet? If not, it's just like 2 days on top of 1 month before Christmas. In case you haven't been looking at your calendar, I mean, it's that close. But a lot of people are not talking Christmas at this time, and I don't know why. Because for me, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. But I'm hoping that maybe in another couple of weeks, okay, the mood will get better. But anyways, let me not deviate too much. Thanks for tuning in to the program this afternoon. Typically on Thursdays, we focus attention on topics around family, lifestyle, and stuff like that, relationships, as it trends on social media. And some serious stuff are trending, and some not so serious stuff are also trending on social media. And today we'll be looking at one of each. The first one is about the issue of religion as it impacts on children. All right, should children actually be made to be religious, from their childhood? We're going to be talking about that. Also, on the flip side, a certain man put it up there that pregnant women are just being too dramatic. There is actually nothing like pregnancy cravings. So today we're going to be busting some myths. Pregnancy cravings, is it a myth or is it a fact? We'll be talking about that as well on the show. First, let me introduce my studio guest. It gives me a sense of immense joy to welcome back this week one of our regulars who went on AWOL, but she's back, looking radiant as usual. She's the author of The Right Way to Court, a book for singles, more like a template to know how to kickstart a relationship. Also, she's an entrepreneur, and she's joining us this afternoon as a counselor. It's a pleasure to have Mrs. Uche Ideho on the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Patience.
Good afternoon to you again, and welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I've missed you. Everywhere has changed.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Change is the only constant thing in life.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Also joining us, of course, for the Mamake. She's the class captain of Thursday's edition. She's here again. It's a pleasure to have her always. She's joining us in her full capacity as a minister of God. She's also an author. Of course, we are all familiar with her first book, Beneath the Glamour, and she recently authored another one. Remind me the title. Generational Blessings. Okay. Plus, she's also an award-winning gospel artist, amongst other things. But most importantly, because of the show, she's a marriage and relationship counselor, Pastor Dolly, like I like to call her. She's on the show. Good afternoon, Pastor Dolly. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Miss Suche was actually outside for some time because she was the chief planner
of your birthday. Yeah.
She took up that role, and that also was part of the reason why
she performed.
Yeah, she did so well.
She did.
I'll
give it up. Well done. I welcome everybody to the show. Welcome viewers as well. Thank you for always tuning in. The number to use will be on the screen shortly. You can interact with us using that line. All right, very quickly, let's go into our topics of discussion this afternoon. The first one is on children and relationship. Religion. Sorry, did I say relationship? Children and religion. Children and religion. Religion basically refers to what you believe about human beings' relationships with a higher power, all right? Whatever that means to you. And we also know that children often acquire religious views, religious perspective, approximately, those that belong to their parents. So what I'm trying to say is parents usually, to a very great extent, influence their children on religious choices. Okay, so, but a few weeks ago, the internet, the social media users were talking about the issue of children being introduced to religion quite early. That's because a certain social media user, a woman, a mother obviously, posted a video of her children sitting quietly in front of the television set, listening to a pastor's sermon. And she posted it with a caption saying it's better to bring them up this way rather than allow them to be exposed to, you know, other not so friendly content, you know. Unexpectedly, in fact, if you ask me, quite shockingly, a lot of people went online and they bashed this woman. All right, now, for some of the comments, we're tilting towards the point of saying things like, this is the reason why our country is where it is, because everybody is too religious, while in other climes, children are being exposed to technology and the kind of knowledge that would advance them in life. Nigerian and African children are being exposed, you know, to pastors and their teachings, which will really do them no good in terms of advancement in life. These were some of the comments, you know, that trailed that woman's picture. So this is why we're bringing up this conversation today, because, well, you know that the millennials, I'm talking about those of this generation, they're actually, if you're looking and observing, they're bringing up their children, you know, and they're bringing them up without religion. They're dishing all the values, all the morals of older generations, and seem to be charting their own course, their own path in life. So our conversation this afternoon is on this issue of children and religion. How beneficial really is religion to children? Should we still continue to raise children in religious ways? Should we even expose children to religion, or even wait for them to grow up and form their own opinions on religions and make their own choices? All of this we'll be looking at today. So I would like to start, obviously, from the woman on the pulpit. Maybe you can help us to bring some perspective into this conversation. So my first question to you will be, what exactly does religion mean to a child? What does it mean?
Funny enough, I believe the reason why we send our children to schools is because we believe that education will do them well. And the reason those days why they don't educate the girl child is because they believe the girl child has nothing to really benefit from education. Hence, her life is going to end in the kitchen, in a man's house. So that was their belief system. So that was why they felt there was no reason to educate a girl child. And now that the world is exposing, I mean, the world is, people are getting more informed, they now saw the reason to send the girl child to school because of the information the parents have. That is what gave them that enablement. Even at that time, where they were not sending the girl child to school, there are some parents that were sending theirs to school because of the information they have. And if I have an information that I believe, okay, this information I have, if I pass it to my daughter or to my son, to my children, it is going to benefit them, I will do all I can to make sure I pass it to them at their early stage in life, so that when they grow up, like the Bible says, train up a child
in the way it should go.
The way it should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. So the idea of introducing children to religion is because I believe, I'm a Christian, for instance. I believe Jesus died for my sin. I believe Jesus paid the price for the whole world. Of course, that he died for the sins of the whole world. It is on that basis, okay, if I must see heaven on the last day, I need to come through Jesus, because he said, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. No man comes to the Father except by me. I believe strongly in that. That is why I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And if I believe that there is a hereafter, and I don't want my children to perish, as a good parent, I must teach my children what I believe. So introducing them to religion early in life, it is based on who you are as a person, what you are practicing, what you believe in. If you believe in idol, that's what you're going to teach your children. So we are a religious nation, so to say. So we believe so much in man's effort to reach God, which is religion actually. But then we'll say in Christianity, it is not our effort to reach God. It is God's effort to reach man.
us.
Because while we were dead in our sins and trespasses, Christ died for us. That's what we believe in. And that is the truth. So we do as much as we can to make sure we teach our children this way. We don't want them to go astray. We don't want them to perish. We don't want them to go to hell. That is why those who believe that, okay, don't teach children, don't teach them anything in religion, let them grow up and find their path. That's your choice. Of course, we have parents who don't even teach their children morals. There are parents that don't correct their children when they are going wrong. That's why you have children. That's why you actually have people that are dysfunctional in the society. You have armed robbers and all kinds of things, kidnappers, Yahoo, whatever. Because we have parents who refuse to teach their children the right thing. So if you choose that, okay, teaching them religion or introducing your children to your kind of religion is a bad thing, that's your choice.
Okay.
And if somebody else decides that is a good thing for me to do, it's the person's choice. It's not, you don't have right to come against me for saying that I love my children going this way, but that is the way I believe I can raise my children. That's the way I was raised, and I'm not bad in the society.
Okay.
I'm a blessing to the society.
Thank you, Pastor
So what's
Dolly.
coming from raising my children to be a blessing to the society?
All right, so for you,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
about passing on a belief system.
Yes.
All right, that you feel will do the children good. All right, Mrs. Ideho. All right, in as much as she has tried to explain that it's about passing on information that could be beneficial, is it really important to teach children about religion and why? But we'll be answering that when we return from this quick commercial break. Stay with us. Back from that quick break. Now over to you, Mrs. Ideho. The question again, is it really important to expose children or to teach children about religion, and why?
Okay, the question is it important to expose? For me, I don't think you expose or you teach your children religion. You know, she has already defined what is religion and all that. For me, it's not about religion, it's about your faith. I'm a Christian, though maybe because both of us are Christian. If this is what you believe, you don't necessarily begin to expose them or teach them. This is what they were born into. They see you in it. It is, you know, when you talk about religion or your faith, it's like you
so
are.
by
you
default, they just follow.
It's like you are separating your life from it to another thing. No, this is the life that you live. It's like you are also teaching. She started by saying you send your children to school to get information. It's like this is life in total. You know, you don't separate your faith from every other thing. This is your life in total. I'm a Christian. I don't know any other thing. Everything I do is based on my Christian living faith. The way I do my business, the way I train even the way I train my children. It is about it. So it is not like I understand maybe where they are coming from. It's not like I need to sit my children to watch a TV program for me to expose them to go like that. This is what we are. This is who we are. So a child knows that you wake up in the morning and we have to pray. The child had grown. She was born into praying. So you are not struggling to teach that child, except for homes where they claim to be a Christian or other religion thereabout and they don't live it. But if that is your life that you are living, you don't even need to struggle to teach that child. So, and to answer your question, is it important? I don't think that question should even come if you are really living that life. You know, religion is the way you meet up with your supreme being. Let's even talk about a native doctor. A child that is born into a native doctor's house, this is all that he knows. So you don't struggle to teach that child
certain things. Just
so it is something. So why we are coming to this question is because maybe that woman feel that your children need to watch a pastor preach to you, or they need to read a book for them to grow. in that faith. If it is a child that is born into the house, everything you people do is based on this faith that you believe. Your children know that this is what I believe and this is what our life is all about. You are not struggling to teach it, so they grow with it. But what I want to say here about religion and faith, religion, there's a difference between religion and your faith. You know, religion is where you begin to struggle, you begin to put it like, if you don't do it, there's something to it. That's where the difference between your faith and religion. You know, it's like the children have to struggle. I must do this because my parents say I must do it. That was how I grew up. This is what, it's like they don't believe it. But because they were taught, precept by precept, you must do this. If you don't do it, that's religion. But when it has to do with your faith,
it becomes a lifestyle.
It becomes a lifestyle.
Okay, I get what you mean.
You shouldn't be asking me, is it important to teach my children? This is what they know. This is how they grow. It is a lifestyle, so they grow with it. It doesn't disturb their being better in other fields.
So you are saying it has no untoward effect on children?
No, it even makes them better. You understand? How? That is, if you are living that faith, it's not like I am making it a compulsory thing that if you don't follow this thing, there's a repercussion for it, and this is the only way out in life. There's no other way. That's religion. Religion makes you think that that is just the only way out. You don't, it is a must, you must do it. No, but our faith, our belief, our confidence in God as a Christian, my children, they breathe it. You know that these are the things you do. It does not affect them advancing in life. It doesn't stop them to not to be first class because that's the area that people are criticizing her. Instead of you to teach them other things, you are making them to just be, for the fact that you are a Christian, you know what is right. It doesn't mean that you will not score first class in university. It doesn't mean that you are not going to be the best of the society. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are two different things entirely. But religion makes you believe that there is a particular way. You just see life in one area, that this is it. If you jump and you want to jump back, it must be this particular way. No, that is...
All right, I get what you're trying to say.
I want to continue from where she's taught.
Go ahead.
She has just defined actually more precisely what Christianity is all about. Nobody is going to force you to say, because you're my child, we force you to know God, we force you to behave this way, we force you to do these things. You see it in us. I want to give you an example, because what they are trying to say is that because of the way this child is being indoctrinated, let me use that word.
Yes, he can't be better. He's not more thinking any. No.
Be technologically inclined and all that. That is not true. Even in the Western world that they try to compare it to. We have Christian children over there. We have children that are taught in the way of God and that are still excelling in different parts of life. I have them. By the grace of God, all my grandchildren are there. So I can say this, I understand. For instance, one day my daughter went into my granddaughter's room early in the morning, and she saw my granddaughter doing some movement that looked like she's praying. 14-year-old girl. And she said, Chrissy, won't you get, because they were not going to school that day, you need to prepare breakfast for your siblings or something like that. And she didn't answer the mom. She started was moving out. And the mom picked her phone and saw that this girl was online in their church. They are doing prayers that morning online. And this little girl decided to join the church online. It wasn't the mother who says join the church. The mother didn't even know there was prayers online that very morning. It was her when she finished prayers. Mom, you don't know that there's prayers online. I needed to join the prayers online. And she's doing very well academically. She's doing very well in every area of life, you understand? So it doesn't stop you. Christianity even, let me tell you, Christianity is the light of the world.
Let's not, for the interest of people who are watching, majority might not be Christian. So let's not put it strictly on Christianity, religion. whatever you practice.
What the children were watching was a Christian teacher.
I understand,
So
but let's just
say that before you start bashing the mother, you must understand the benefits those children stand to benefit from what she was doing there. Because like we say, Christianity is not a religion to start with.
Okay, let me come in at this juncture. I'm not trying to make a case for the people who are bashing people online, all right? But then the crux of their argument really is the fact that the world has become a global village, okay? So while other children in other parts of the world are being exposed to technologically inclined advancements in life, for instance, like artificial intelligence and things like that, Nigerian children are lagging behind. And it is because Nigerians of the older generation are still stuck in the past. Let me finish, ma'am. You will talk. You know, in belief systems that has not advanced our cause as a people in terms of, you know, playing on the global field. Do you get what I mean? So the argument online is that children should be allowed to be children. Don't put the burden of religion on children. Let them be free.
But we can put the burden of homosexuality on them. Because we are talking about the Western world, maybe. That's where you see they throw at our children, what do you call them? Cartoons that are embedded with homosexuality and all that. We don't have problem with that. So long as it is religion, that is where we have problem. And we see those Sena clients where they are technologically advanced, like we're saying, where the children are exposed to technology. That's where a child will go inside the father's house, pick a gun and go to the street and start murdering people. Why are we having this? Why are we not having such here? It is this religion that we are fighting that is saving things. I'm strongly for technology. I'm strongly for the enabling environment for us to advance technologically. You are talking about a parent who is struggling to afford 3 square meters. You want that parent to buy a computer for the child? Because they will need things like that. She cannot be able to afford it. We are not talking like that. Sometimes we seem to take our battles from the wrong source from the right source to the wrong. How do I put it now? Where we are supposed to learn to carry our battles to, we take battles from them. We take it to the wrong source. For me, this is taking battle to the wrong source. If we're going to talk about technology and all that, it is the government of those people who uses their taxpayers' money to provide those things for them. My grandchildren are in school. They are not paying a dime. The government is responsible. So if the father is just, what the father did is just buy this child an Apple laptop. You should be able to do that because the government is already taking care of things that they should take care of on their behalf. So we are not looking at that. We are looking at the little thing we are trying to save the situation. We're trying to do to save the situation. We are seeing that as a problem. Because this religion is the little thing we are doing to save the situation. By now, maybe everybody would have been carrying gun to shoot everybody in the street. Maybe we were coming this morning, and when we were coming to the studio, somebody was crossing the road on the roundabout. I was just strolling. I drove close to this man.
Before he knew
he got shot. Because he was just at the middle, he doesn't know what is happening around him. My Misuche said, he's gone far. This man is gone. I say, yeah, that is why as somebody driving to, you must be very, very careful on the road because a lot of people are just on the street, they are not there. So we are not taking battles to those issues. We are not taking battles to religion. That is helping to even save the situation.
All right, thank you for bringing some comic thoughts into that. Let's talk about benefits. How beneficial is religion to a child? To a child's development?
For me, let me talk from the view of a parent.
Okay.
You know, these children, that stage of development for a child is very important. So I would say that it's not just the religion, you know, it's not just, because when they grow up and they discover that this religion, they can get something better. If the teaching is not firm, they will quit. I've seen some people, they started in a particular faith. As they grew up, they left that thing. So it's not just what is the benefit of introducing your religion to a child at the early stage. For me, I think it's the holistic approach, not just the religion, but life itself. Because if you are introducing religion to your child, and you, the parents, you are doing the contrary, a time will come, these children will definitely grow up. You know, I am also in child psychology. I keep telling parents, don't see a child as it. These children, they have 5 senses. Because at that time, they have no options. They will tell you yes and yes. But at the time they begin to have options, they opt out for it. So if we really want to, like Pastor said, religion for now, or you faith what you believe, it's even what is savaging a lot of things in Nigeria. So let's start from the point where we are, not the whole world. In Nigeria, at least it's religion that is we can even hold on to and say, okay, there is peace here. So if that is what we want to give to our children now, I would say it's not just the benefit. Let's do it and do it well. Let them know that this thing is what I know, and that is what you should know. Because if you don't do it well, there are some people that they feel like you are talking about our parents are sitting on religion, using religion as an excuse for their misfortune. You know, someone will tell you that in my family nobody leaves this circle of poverty. That's what I'm telling you about religion. It's different from, let's not go too deep. You know, when they make it like a certain rules, a certain things, and they make you to believe it, that's religion. It kills a child if a child grows up like that.
It's more like brainwashing.
Yes, you just feel that you just feel that there are certain things that happen, and that's how it happens, and it keep happening. There's nothing you can do to change it. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. But if that's what people are saying, that don't indoctrinate children at that early stage, let them breathe, no problem. But when you really talk about the benefit of allowing your children grow on the things you believe in and you have confidence in, and something that is like light to you and it has worked for you, I think that it will do those children very good. So that's where we want to talk about the benefit of introducing to them early, so that they don't grow up to catch it wrongly. Okay. If it is that, then there's a lot of benefit for it. Okay, all right. You want to talk a bit more about benefit, or should I go to the next question? The next question being, should children be able to choose their own religion?
Well, as a mother, grandmother, my children cannot choose their own religion. Because the reason why they cannot even choose,
Pastor Dolly!
Yeah, it's not that I'm going to force them to go my way. No.
But
because of the kind of life I live before them. To them, Christianity is very beautiful. Yes, they see the beauty of Christianity in me, my lifestyle, the way I talk, the way I handle them, the way I relate to them.
I believe you.
So I don't even see them.
I believe you, Pastor Dolly, but then sometimes life happens. We have seen Christian women raised, nurtured, bred by Christian parents who got married to non-Christians, and the story changes. No, in that kind of situation, what do you do? There are no more children. There are no more children. Okay. At that point, there are no more children. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. No more children. Also, the background they had, that I go to church doesn't mean I'm going to live there. I just said something that they are seeing the beauty of Christianity in me. You have you seen somebody that put sugar for his mouth? He go to where? He goes like me. When you have seen the beauty of something, it's not somebody
so rigid in that belief. Okay, all right.
The beauty of it is there. You can see it, you can feel it, you can enjoy it yourself. So you won't go away from it. Yeah.
You were saying?
No, I just want to say, at that point when they grow up, take their own decision, there are no more children. That is why it is very important. That's why I started from the beginning, that there's difference between religion and your faith, because your faith is what you live for. That's what you breathe. That's what the children know. That's what they recognize. It's not a matter of should you choose, because there are no alternatives at that time, and they know it. For me, there's no alternative. This is who we are. This is who we are, and And it's not like that child was forced to be there. He knows this, I want to be here, I love it here. But a place where a child was enslaved, I'm sorry to use that word, enslaved, to say there is no other way, you must do this. At the point when that child grow up and sees that this thing that is like a yoke for me, I have to let it go. Then the child has the point. But when a child knows that this one, there's nothing like, it's not even a yoke, it's making life easy for me. I don't think.
Which is the sugar she's talking about.
For instance, I even gave of my granddaughter that her mom met praying in the room. The mom didn't even know there was prayer online in the church at that time. During the COVID too, the mother decided, okay, they weren't working at that time, to set up a prayer group, which she still runs now. You know, all her friends from different nations, they tune in when it is time on Zoom for their prayers. Guess what my granddaughter did? Then she was just about 12. She also set up a Zoom prayer meeting for her friends, her age group. Nobody told her to do that. Mommy is using, once it is time for prayers, they go to their rooms. They don't go near to disturb her. Okay, this time that, let me also use it to set up prayer with my siblings and also my friends. So herself and her siblings, they also use that time to pray. She wasn't taught to do that. She wasn't taught to do that.
Okay.
She just saw this life. This is the life, and she's enjoying it.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Thank you for bringing perspective to the conversation. Once again, this topic was brought on by social media users' reaction to a woman posting a picture of her children sitting down and watching a Christian program on television. All right, according to her, that was better than exposing children, you know, to funny content. And social media users went after her and saying this kind of thing is why Nigeria is where it is, because we're exposing children more to religion as against exposing them to other things that will advance their cause in life on the global sphere. All right, you're still watching The Buzz Thursday's edition. Let's take another quick commercial break, but don't go away. We'll be back with yet another topic. Stay with us.